Hey everybody, welcome back to more Manhattan Project. I'm still Niggeroth. I actually have Phataku here with me.
I am here for your audio pleasure. Audio pleasure?
He's here to ear fuck you. You people will love it.
With my giant sound cock.
What am I?
Really, if you people are here to watch Manhattan Project, you obviously got nothing better to do. So, but hey, I'm dead. Yeah, this huh?
I said Vand.
Arrow. No. Yeah, this beginning part can be a bit of an annoyance, mostly because if those vans come out, as far as I can tell, there's really no good way to dodge them. And they're obviously instant death. And if you take the bottom path, you're just going to reach a dead end. So, you know, have fun never playing this.
So this, I always find these games fascinating. The 2.5D.
Yeah, it's not a very commonly used aspect, I suppose.
Yeah, but I always think that it gets confusing when I play them, like which direction to press.
Yeah, especially when the camera is like shifting around and like going above you. It's still, you just press right to go right. But you know, especially if you're used to, or I guess it would be like the tank controls from like Resident Evil, wouldn't it?
Or sort even of, like forward's always forward.
Yeah, even though you're now facing a different direction. I don't know. Especially after seeing like competent people play the original Resident Evil, I realized as a kid I always played it like a mentally challenged person. Because I was always like running out of bullets and just like getting massively lost, and then I was watching people play it and just watching them, for lack of a better term, juke around the zombies, like kind of bait and switch them and kind of run around them. I was like, you could do that? As opposed to,
I don't know.
I would sit there and like waste all of my ammunition, and then I would get to the hunters about 2/3 of the way through the game, and I was just like, well, I'm just fucked right now.
I would always kill everything until the third game, where the third game they never gave you enough, in Nemesis I think it was called, they never gave you enough ammo to really get away with that, so you kind of wound up having to run away a lot.
I don't know, well, I think for all of like the first three I always constantly ran out of ammunition for everything.
I think that was supposed to be the whole point, is you're supposed to be close to the wire all the time.
Yeah, or you really weren't supposed to be fighting that often. It really, the whole idea behind survival horror was that you're supposed to feel like you had to survive, not, you know.
Right, like you're barely skating by, not like, oh, I killed all those guys and look all this ammo I have left over.
Yeah, like when it came to Resident Evil 4 and 5, it's like, oh, random Spanish peasants carrying, you know, some bullets for me. That's pretty sweet.
I loved when you killed crows and they would drop flash grenades. I thought that was pretty realistic.
Well, that made sense. I mean, crows like shiny things, I guess.
I suppose, but, you know, where were they keeping it? In their crow bag of crow holding? Yes,
in their gullets. That's a actual medical term, I'm sure.
He's keeping it in his crow sack.
That's the sweetest part.
The crow sack.
Yeah. But, talking about the video, we're going to actually have to use this jetpack to go back a screen, which you might not actually know you can do. Let's go up here and get pretty much the main secret of the level. The secret is actually a lot longer than you would assume. It's quite a few screens, and it actually has, I think about 4 or 5 of the nukes in the level. So I'll take, I guess about half of the nukes in the level are in this little secret. Not that obvious, but it's, I guess it could be a bit difficult to find. But yeah, me and Phataku were talking about other games that kind of worked like this one. I mean, I brought up Shadow Complex before, but Phataku brought up what was it? Contra Shattered Soldier?
Yeah, Shattered Soldier, if I remember correctly, was the first one to do kind of that 2.5D And I was just mentioning that, this might be more fun if they'd done some kind of like, two-player kind of, co-op kind of thing.
So maybe make it more of like a bullet hell game.
Yeah.
Where there's a lot more to dodge, but it's also more intense and maybe have some co-op action.
Yeah, because this is just kind of mindlessly run to the right and fire.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the secrets do help, but they're not that interesting or that difficult to find, and a lot of the time the combat is more sketchy difficult rather than actual, like, a learning curve difficult. It's like, alright, well, I'm not actually sure how I'm supposed to dodge hit scan bullets, so, I just have to kind of kill
Very
things.
carefully.
Yes. Also, I'm great with the jetpack. You don't actually need a jetpack to get up here, but it makes it a lot easier than jumping around like an idiot for like 10 minutes.
Yet you still managed to jump around like an idiot for 10 minutes.
Yeah, for some reason he would not grab onto the ledge there, so I will not blame myself for that.
He's too good for that ledge. You should know that.
The ledge is obviously a lesbian. That's why it turned me down. Oh, gay architecture. Where are you? Well, everywhere.
One of the things I don't miss from like 2D platformers are like, your path is like out of sight to your right, and you go like 2 screens over, and then you realize, I needed to drop down, and then trial and error. That's always fun.
Yeah, especially when there's like bottomless pits that kill you, which there are in this game. It's like, is there a secret down here? Nope. Oh, there's a secret in the next one, so you probably should have fell down that one.
I think I hear someone.
Yeah, I will apologize that I kind of had a brain fart as to where the sexy lady was. Even though you can kind of see her there, I apparently didn't notice her whenever I was playing. So, I'm sorry. Have my multiple forgivings, because I spend a little bit of time looking for her, and I do find her. This level does end. I swear to you. Winter is coming.
He's lying, America.
I'm probably that midget from Game of Thrones. I may not get the job done immediately, but I'll hire enough barbarians and peasants to win wars for me. And then I'll have sex with ladies.
I'm pretty sure they prefer to be called Lannisters, not midgets.
A Lannister always pays his debts.
His tiny baby debts.
And he always has sex with his cousins. It's not my fault my cousins are so sexy. Look at them. Are they not hottest? And then you realize, like, that R.R. Martin guy's like frantically masturbate to everything he writes. That's why he writes so much about like food and incest.
What good is a story without food and incest?
If only this drumstick could have sex with its other drumstick. Can you? Well,
wait.
Yeah,
Well, if they were 2 drumsticks from the same bird, that wouldn't be incest. That'd be masturbation.
Yeah, I was about to say to myself, like, technically I guess you are related to yourself, so every time you masturbate, is that incest?
I don't know. Is it gay?
It's only gay if you don't punch yourself afterwards. I don't know.
I think it's only gay if you cry when you're done.
Yeah, I don't know, but that was the mini boss, kinda. I guess it took more shells and did more damage than most of the other enemies. I'll say that.
And it increased your max stats, which we all know RPG elements have always been important in the Duke Nukem series.
Ever since they were really introduced in attrition, which actually did a good job of it. How is it that a modder can do so much of a better job than the developer? I mean, if you look at the Fallout 3 mods, they put tits on everything. That's a bonus. Right?
That makes it demonstrably better when you add boobs.
Yeah, like a rat. The rat just has a big tit on its back. You finally find your dad. He has a big tit on his face.
Thank you for finding me, son. Please watch out for my extra nipple.
I found out where the water is, and you just squeeze his face, and the milk starts pumping out.
Oh god. Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah, you don't want to see bats. God. But
why is that arousing me?
That's easy to masturbate to. Get tired of this fucker that I see posting that stupid shit. Anyway, we did finally find the busty Chinese lady. So that means we can actually finally finish this level up and stop talking about Game of Thrones and tit faces. So we'll see you next time for more Duke Nukem Manhattan Project.